So basically, these guys that women are describing, they come in like simp mode, right? Do you think it's more important to have a man that's more masculine? Because there are dudes who are going to cooperate like this. There are guys, I already know it. I see it. There's plenty of guys who are going to, yes, honey, all that shit, right? They're going to absolutely be agreeable and all of that stuff. Is it more important to have that in your life as a simp? Or do you think it's more desirable to have somebody who's actually masculine, who actually can take a lot of the strain off of you and make things easier? You don't have to go at once. But.
Come
Dr.
on.
Letio, you muted.
I think Frazier, by calling him a simp, might have thrown the whole thing off. Maybe if you just described him as.
So when you're growing a business, right? You're looking at it in the wrong way. Look at it as you want this business to be a multi-million dollar business. Okay, so if you're starting up and you can't find a receptionist, then since it's you and your husband's business, you be the receptionist for the moment. And then eventually you could train and hire and find a receptionist to replace you. Then you start moving up or whatever. It depends on what the business needs. So for you to, I guess, say you won't do it means that you're not ready to be a millionaire then.
No.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Because you're not ready to help.
And this is what's happening.
Is there only one road to being a millionaire? Is that what we're saying?
This is what's happening. This is what happening when women prioritize their jobs over the best interests of their relationships or the direction of the husband. You get a group of women who put all of their eggs in this basket of being to work towards their dream. And then an election happens. And then they drop 180,000 DEI hires. And not like it's just going to be a whole bunch of things humble you when you follow an exterior leadership or wealth generating resource outside of your husband's, when you got an opportunity to be up under your husband's wealth generator resource. Can't you see how it's actually better optimized to do it as a family? You get what I'm saying? To make money as a family. If we're talking about you have the opportunity. He's opening up his pharmaceutical practice and he just wants you to work it. You guys are going to be well off. Your kids are going to be well off. But he cannot do it alone. He needs you by his side.
I'm not saying I wouldn't help. I'm saying, does that it literally requires you leaving the career that you're passionate about? Like you have to just.
It requires you to put all your energy and all your efforts into the purpose that he outlined for you and his family in the future. It requires that. I'm telling you, it does.
It requires you to sweep the streets.
You cannot you cannot divide your energy and sell yourself thin for your boss and your husband or your partner outside of it.
But if it makes sense to do that, then yes, because that's what you do.
It does make sense.
If it no, because in every situation that doesn't make sense, I'm just saying, if it makes sense, if it's feasible and if it won't hurt the family, then yes, because a lot of those decisions do hurt the family. Don't get me wrong. If in that situation that it makes sense for her to do that, then yes. If not, a woman does not have to compromise her goals and her career.
I think y'all being extreme. Give me an example of it not making sense. Can you give me an example of what you mean by not making sense? Well, if you don't do that, fuck it, then don't do it.
No. I'm thinking.
She already said the key point when she said a woman doesn't have to compromise her goals or her career. So I think that speaks to the sentiment.
No, I'm saying it's just it's always automatically assumed that the woman must give up herself to her man's dreams, and it shouldn't have to work that way.
We did it for 100 years straight, from 1930 all the way up into the late Vietnam War up in the 1970s.
I know, and
for y'all,
and a lot of those women,
but y'all
were
can't
very
turn around
miserable.
This is what we got to deal with. Men have been doing this, dying in droves.
So
you to go out here and carry on like this, and y'all can't return the favor for your husband. We did it in millions, thousands of men did it just for the sake of all of us. But y'all can't do it just for your husband. Like, wow.
I just wanted to present a question, kind of to Amir's point, right? She stated that, you know, these guys would have low testosterone, or you know, like, so basically these guys that women are describing, they come in like simp mode, right? Do you think it's more important to have a man that's more masculine? Because there are dudes who are going to cooperate like this. There are guys, I already know it. I see it. There's plenty of guys who are going to, yes, honey, all that shit, right? They're going to absolutely be agreeable and all of that stuff. Is it more important to have that in your life as a simp? Or do you think it's more desirable to have somebody who's actually masculine, who actually can take a lot of the strain off of you and make things easier and just be a man? Which would you rather? What do you think is most important? Because trying to put them together, they don't really infuse. It's an archetype or the other. It doesn't come with both of those. What do ladies think is most important to you? Which would you rather have? You don't have to go at once, but
come
Dr.
on.
Letty, you muted.
I think phrasing by calling him a simp might have thrown the whole thing off. Maybe if you just described him as
okay, well, let's not call him. Let's not call him what he is. Let's just say a man like that. Let's just do that.
So let me rephrase for you, Trev. So I can present it on equal. So would you prefer a man who requires you to default to whatever his plan is and follow his vision, pretty much with knowing that he has the family at the front of his mind and he thinks this is best and it's a decision that you may not agree with, but the man that you're with almost requires you to be on board with that? Or would you prefer a man who you could veto his word and say, hey, I don't think that's the best plan and we're going to do it this way? Like, which one is that? Is that kind of how you was asking the trail without adding the colorful language to either side?
Basically picking a man who's a leader.
Close enough.
And picking a man that's not a leader. So a leader is basically, they have kind of like, I'll say the last say into things, right? They're leading the family. And then you have someone that's not leading the family. It's more like, we're going to make the decision, or you're going to make the decision, and then we're going to go with that. Which man would you choose?
Okay. So I'm in a gray area at this point. Mostly just because I don't follow anybody. I compromise with people. I pick someone whose vision is in line with mine as well. We have to have the same ideas about life. We have to have the same goals for our lives and our families. So in that case, if I am with a man who aligns with my vision for my life, then yeah, sure.
And I told
but
you,
I'm not picking someone who I don't.
I told you
with.
that is a masculine trait. You know that, right?
She don't care.
To have ideas for your own life. Am I supposed to be?
I'm telling you. I tried to tell you this last week. You are very masculine.
I'm not Darwin. You piss me off.
Before you go
please
into
don't call me masculine.
Okay, I won't call you masculine.
Please don't call me masculine.
That's
gonna piss me off.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Do you feel it's reductive, or it's to follow a man? Do you think that there's a negative connotation in there?
I don't. I just said if his vision and his plan for his life align with mine, then no, I do not see a problem with it.
Right. No, the reason I'm asking you this way is because you said I don't follow anyone. If his vision aligns with mine, then I'll go along with it. That's why I'm trying to like get into the
and what she just her saying if it doesn't align with mine.
Yeah, no, I get what she's saying.
Her vision supersedes his vision. What is that?
No, it doesn't.
We can call it what it is, but it's a trigger word for her.
It's here. We're here. We're in sync. Your vision and your plan for life and my plan for my life, because I'm a grown person. We are supposed to have.
Bohem is just saying, get with
some type
somebody that it makes sense for you. Why are we getting with people and then
Because
trying
she
to force
confused
them
us
to
when she said
change?
compromise.
If you
Thank you.
if you want a wife that's going to
Did
be
you
like,
not just hear her
yes,
say
baby, I'll
compromise?
stay at home and be a stay-at-home wife.
Did you not
then
just
get a
hear her
stay-at-home
say?
wife.
Did you not just hear her say, I
I did that.
compromise with people? Did you not
McPherson,
hear her
she
say
won't
that?
compromise for her boss though, McPherson. But we have to have this man that has to be
I'm
compromised.
saying, Laisha is
I don't have
saying,
a
get with.
boss.
Did you not hear her
You
say,
will have a
I
boss.
compromise with people?
I don't have
And we
a
just
boss.
asked her if the person didn't have the same vision as you. She said she's not compromised. He had to. She had, in one voice in one
Because
in one
it
sentence
wouldn't
she said
work anyway. If we are not aligned with our vision in life, I couldn't be with him anyway.